All right, welcome. This is Kirk DeMars, and tonight on One Nation of Sports Locker Magazine Extra, we have got a great group of women that are going to have a lot of fun. I can tell you that right now. And as always, we're going to have some fun with my son-in-law, Jay Gill. I'm going to bring my co-host on here, and we're going to go ahead and get started. We got a lot of stuff to cover. What is going on, Jay?
What's up, Daddy-O? How are you doing?
Daddy-o. Daddy-o. Wow, that sounds like the 70s or
Is that
something.
is that not too perfect? Okay, I'll get more perfect. Mr. Daddy-O, how
Okay,
are you
that's
doing?
good. I'm much better.
Okay,
That's good. That works.
okay.
Hey, we got a great program we're kicking things off with tonight. The next 4 weeks, we've got some really good stuff going on. We've got the Lady Jays basketball team tonight and Coach K Foster, as well as next week we've got Ozzie Smith, who played for the St. Louis Cardinals, and Derek Spicer. The following week we have state champion Jack Loggy for Elias Crusaders, state champion in wrestling. The week after that, we've got the Eugene Lady Eagles basketball team. And then I don't even know what's after that. Whatever. This is a good way to start it off. Are you ready?
I am super ready. Tonight we have an amazing, excellent program. Like he said, we've got the Lady Jays head basketball coach Kay Foster on with us tonight, along with 5 of her players. Tonight's show is scheduled to run longer than normal, but I don't think anyone's going to mind that. These Lady Jays had an amazing season, and they treated us to a 21 win, 3-loss season. These ladies shine bright, and I'm so proud of how hard they fought. It's an amazing group of young women. Well, I say let's stop looking at our ugly mugs and let's bring on the Lady Jays.
You speak for yourself. We're switching now. Hey, how are you guys doing?
Hello.
All right. We got some people liking already. Must be some people that know you on there. Thank you guys for showing up and just coming on this program with us tonight. We're really excited about it and looking forward to being able to hear from you, just your experiences as Lady Jays as well as coach. So we're excited about it. I don't know about you guys, but at least you showed up. That's all that matters, right, Jay?
Absolutely. So, Coach Foster, tell us about this season. I know you guys came up short of that Final Four appearance, but what about these seniors? What did they do to make your job as head coach so special?
These seniors are a special group. And I was so excited. I coached several of them before. I had seen Grafton and Grace play since they were in fourth and fifth grade. They accepted me for who I was. They bought into what we were trying to do. They helped the younger kids try to learn the system. They were nothing but a pleasure to coach every day. And it was just a joy.
Grace, what made it so fun to play with Coach Foster? It literally looked like you guys were having a party out there on the court after the games. Why was it so fun?
I think for me, I tore my ACL, and so I didn't really have the season that I wanted, but I was able to be a part of the bench and everything and still be a part of the team. And I think that is first off amazing because Coach Foster never like let us think that we were anything less if we weren't getting playing time or anything like that. And so she made us all a part of the team, which was really great. And I think it was super, super fun because I knew that my role was going to be the encourager, basically. We all had these one words, and that was my word. And so I knew that that was going to be my role, and that would be what I would bring to the team since I couldn't actually play. And so, I think just embracing that kind of helped make it a fun atmosphere and everything for the team. So it was just, I mean, the people make it so like we're like family, like all of us. So it's really, really fun.
Well, tell us a little bit about that injury that you had and how that came about and just kind of the process that you went through as far as getting back on track.
Yeah. So basically, well, this is actually funny because Grafton tore her ACL this summer. And so she decided to, because we play golf, basketball, and soccer, and she decided to rehab it to try and get back to play sports senior year. And so I was like, oh man, like I may not play with Grafton because there was still the chance that she wouldn't get back fully. And so then we both played golf and it went really well. And then like 2 weeks or 3 weeks into basketball, Grafton was still like working her way into practice and everything. And I tore my ACL. And so I was going up for a layup and just came down wrong. And so then I had to make the decision. I was like, am I going to rehab it? Am I going to get surgery? Because everything with the timing was just different. But so I tried to rehab it, and I pretty much, I got back in time for the senior night game. So I played like a few minutes, and then I like hurt it again. So because every time I would try to get back after the rehabbing process, it would just give. So it wasn't really worth it, but I still was able to be a part of the team and everything. So it was really fun. And we're both getting surgery next week, actually. So we're really excited.
You know, you guys don't have to do everything that the other one does, like especially injuries, right?
Yeah, it was bad, but it was still I still felt every bit a part of the team, and so it was really a fun experience.
Well, we'll definitely get it. Go ahead.
It was really special because one of Grace's goals was to be rehabbed by senior night. And I was just so excited for her because she got to start her senior night game and she got to finish her senior night game, which may not have been the smartest thing, but she did get that senior night experience. So I was happy that worked out for her.
Good.
Yes.
Very good. Jay, you want to go ahead and on the next one?
Yeah. Hey, Grafton, from your perspective, what did you learn most about your time with Coach Foster?
I think definitely just the fact that she sticks to her word. At the beginning of the season, she was like, I'm not going to tolerate drama. And if there was ever any drama, she was quick to shut that down. And that was amazing. I think like one example was super fun. We were playing kickball in the gym just for fun. And we saw these like kind of cute boys from another school, and we were like, oh, we know that one guy's name and everything. And she was like, who? And we are like, oh, this guy. And she was like, well, I'll go get him for you. And we're like, no, you would not do that. You would never. And she was like, oh, you don't believe me? And so she walked right up and was like, I need you to come in here. And she called all the girls to come see him. It was so embarrassing, but we were like, okay, well, she is a woman of her word. She will not back down. So that's one thing I definitely learned. But it was such a great experience to get to play under her. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Coach Foster, you're
wow.
So you're also Wing Woman of the Year. That's awesome.
I'm a doer. I make it happen.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, Melanie Morton Porter has said, hi, Coach K and our Lady J friends. So she's given a quick shout out to you also. Thanks for joining us tonight, Melanie. Any other questions or comments anybody has? Make sure you do that. All right. Sarah, what's it like playing with this group of seniors?
I think we all just have, like Grace touched on earlier, that really sisterhood and family bond. I played with a lot of these girls since middle school, and then some of them just starting freshman year, which is just 4 years. And even before that, we've all just been really close ever since middle school. And so that just really brought along the piece of, we're all here for each other. We have each other's backs. We understand the play, and that just makes it so much more special to play with them on the court because we've just started that bond really young, and it's a pretty irreplaceable family-like feeling, and it's just been really special and really fun.
Well, you have other sisters, like biological, but I mean, from what I saw, you guys really did act like sisters. The photos of you guys after your wins and just all the fun that looked like you were having when we asked the question, Grace, about looked like you were having a party on the court. It looked like you guys just had a blast out there. Sarah, tell us a little bit about that.
Obviously, it's just super fun to play with my sister. It's nice to be able to do everything together, kind of like the Craigheads we're talking about. And I think having multiple family, biologically, like sisters on the court, I think that brings everybody together because we're all just so tied and we all just kind of replicate that even through friends. And just being so close, we all just want what's best for each other, and it's really easy to celebrate, whenever you have a team this special. And so it's just we're always finding things to celebrate because it is so fun, and all of our wins and even our losses, like we always learn from something, and it really just makes the game of basketball super fun. And we want to celebrate after those big things, and we kind of try to make it like a party because that's what pushes you and drives you and encourages you to do better. So.
Very good. Well, it looked like you guys had a lot of fun, and I know that everybody noticed that as far as in your play too. You really enjoyed being out there with one another, so fun to watch. Jay, you go ahead with the next one.
Kara, talking about playing and watching, you played the game with a lot of intensity and purpose. How did Coach Foster help you to take that up another level?
Yeah, so she really helped. She knew, she would always push us during practices. She knew we would always have more to give, and she would pull it out of us anyway. If she saw us having a bad day, she would kind of encourage us to just push it aside for these few hours of practice and just keep going. So she really helped me step up my game just to kind of forget everything else that was going on outside of basketball and just kind of find that extra strength inside of me. And she just really brought that out into me during practices and in games.
Grace said, everyone had a word. What was your word, Kara?
So my word was passion. And I just felt like that really fit because I gave 100% everything I had, every practice, every game. And so I just thought passion kind of fit my perspective of the game and what I could give to everyone.
I like that a lot.
Do you other girls agree with that? Yeah?
Sure, yes.
Sure.
Most definitely. Very good. Well, again, it's been a lot of fun to watch. Hannah, your roles on the team has changed from year to year just due to the fact that there were different point guards and different players that you played with at different times. And so you've moved back and forth between shooter and point guard. Tell us a little bit about that role and the things that Coach Foster taught you this year.
Yeah, definitely. I think, honestly, moving positions quite a bit every year honestly helped me. And it kind of helped me see things from a different perspective and just help the younger kids who are trying to fill that role or just help anyone that's in that position. And Coach Foster definitely helped because she just kind of told me just figure it out and get it done and just find a way to win. So.
She laughed on that one. What's the deal with that, Coach? What's the laugh for?
Hey, I'm all for finding a way to win.
Yeah. Very good. Hey, we've ladies, this time is going to just fly by. We've already hit the first segment, so I'm going to go ahead and bring in our first sponsor real quick, and then we'll get back to the next segment. But great, outstanding answers you've had in this first one, and it's been enjoyable for me so far. I just get to sit back here and listen to you all. So with that said, I'm going to shut up and I'm going to move on. So here we go. Here's our sponsor, CNS Business Services.
Hi, I'm Paula Benny with CNS Business Services. If you're looking for office work, CNS has a wide variety of clerical positions, whether you're looking for data entry, executive, administrative, and a lot of customer service positions. CNS has a wide variety of labor positions, whether you're looking for a welding position, a forklift position, or just production, we have numerous openings. So contact CNS Business Services and we'll get you started.
Say yes to CNS.
Jay, I noticed you're doing a little bit of dance to the little bit of a jig going on there. That's awesome.
I always like it.
I wanted to do it during the opening. I mean, that was some pretty intense music. Plus, these guys were showing it up out there on the court. So, hey, we've flown through segment 1. We're going to jump right into segment 2. And Jay, you kick it off here.
Hannah, what did you see as the most important part of your game that you brought to the court this year?
I think I would probably say maybe just court vision and maybe kind of basketball IQ. I don't know. My main role was kind of just put people in their spots and just get the ball to them and give everyone a better way to score and get a better chance of winning.
Girls, as far as Hannah's job, I mean, on the court? I mean, what did you have to be watching all the time? Was she going to like hit you in the head with the ball if you weren't watching?
I think Kara can answer that pretty well.
So anytime I saw her coming down the court, I would just always make eye contact. And most of the time I would just stand with my hands up, just like waiting, because I didn't know when or how she would pass the ball. She would just always get it to me somehow.
Sometimes I would pass it to her and it would hit off her hands and go in the air, and then she'd catch it and then finish it.
It
But
just caught me so off guard.
Got to be ready at all times.
One
Really
time,
blessed
Hannah
to have-
threw a 100-mile-an-hour pass to Kara, probably 15, 20 feet away. And Kara went up. I don't know how she stuck the landing, but she stuck the landing, because if she hadn't stuck the landing, she would have landed flat on her back with the ball. It was incredible.
yeah, I did push some of Kara's agility limits, and see. I just want to see how she jumps sometimes.
That's awesome. Very good. Hey Jay, we pushed each other's limits out on the court, didn't we?
Yeah, most of the time I was the limit and you just push me. But that's the game of basketball.
It is. And I know that these girls know that, as far as having siblings and friends and stuff like that. They push each other. I mean, obviously. So there's nothing wrong with that. You just need to let that go, Jay. Hey, we got a comment here real
Coach
quick
Foster.
from Cecilia Reimler. None better on the court, and even better women. Miss you all. Get crazy as the countdown begins. Well, not too crazy. All the best to you all. Congrats. So thank you, Cecilia, for that comment. And yes, they none better. So Jay, go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted.
No, you're fine. That's a great comment. Coach Foster, tell us about Hannah and what she meant to you and to the team.
Every one of these seniors are so different, and a piece of the puzzle of what we did this year. Hannah had a lot of responsibility. He had to know every position on the court. She embraced teaching other kids that didn't know plays and where positioning and spacing on what they were doing and where they were supposed to be. She's one of the few point guards that I let them call plays out of bounds without me pre-approving it, because I trust her judgment and opinions on that. In fact, a little known fact that we all know that you might not know is that we threw in a play this year where if she, out of bounds, thought she could bounce it off the opponent's butt, that she could do that. And she did it 3 times in one game and 3 times in a row. So that was a highlight, I'm sure. But, she had a lot of responsibility, not only shooting the ball, obviously, because that's one of her strengths, but kind of directing traffic, which is what a true point guard does. And not only that, I know Hannah and I had conversations about how important it was for her to try to get everybody else involved in the game. And, right, Hannah, we had multiple conversations about that. And, she did a great job. She did a great job in that role, because she's not been allowed to play point guard, I don't think, for Lady Jays in any extended capacity since she played. And so I knew she was capable of it. She did a great job, and she'll be great at Drake. She's a good fit at Drake. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be a bulldog. We got a bulldog, some tigers, and Grace and Grafton. What are you guys doing?
We're both going to Baylor University, so we'll be Bears.
Wow. And
We're still in the NCAA tournament, I think, aren't they?
yes.
We're watching it right now.
They got the TV on in the kitchen.
We just thought they were intently focused on watching us. That's what the deal was. But no,
That's what I thought.
that's it. That's good. Hey, Kara, tell us a little bit. I mean, you're going to Mizzou on a softball scholarship, but you played at a level of intensity and passion on the basketball court. Tell us a little bit about that, and just kind of how this year went with your final year, and just how was it that you put everything you had into that?
Yeah, so like earlier I said, Coach Foster had a really big part of like bringing more out of me than I thought I had. And I'm also just a very competitive person. a lot of people will tell me I'm very competitive. I like take everything as a competition, and I hate to lose. Like during practices, there were quite a few practices where we were all pretty upset at each other just because we're all pretty competitive and we all wanted to win. So we would go at it super hard, and it'd be pretty rough. There were lots of fights, not like physical fights. Well, some physical, but it wasn't like intense. But yeah, I'm just a very competitive person, so I hate to lose.
Well, speaking of hate to lose, it looked like we lost Grayson Grafton. Hopefully they'll be coming back on here in just a little bit. But yeah, definitely. I mean, I noticed that about you when you would be out on the court, and I've watched you guys for pretty much throughout your whole time that you've been coming up through the program, and it's been inspiring to watch how hard you guys play. So, Jay, go ahead and go with the next question.
Yeah. Just for Grayson Grafton, if they are watching or can see, I've had mine glitch out before as well. And the best thing to do is hang up your call and then just hit rejoin, and Kirk will get you guys back in. Oh, hey, there he is.
There we are.
Man.
That's good.
So Coach Foster, I wanted to kind of hear about Kara. Talk to us a little bit about her and her role on the team.
I have watched Kara play the last 3 years, and she's one of my kids that came to Lady J camp as a youngster with Hannah when they were little. And I've never had the privilege of coaching her. So this is the first year I actually got a chance to coach her. And I asked her to do some things probably that she's never really had to do, like run the floor inline to inline, sprinting every possession. And she really embraced that role. And I can't tell you, well, you've seen her play, how many gasp. The crowd would literally gasp on the passes from Hannah to Kara and her pulling those passes down. And she's never been really allowed to do that before. Another thing that Kara does so well is she just plays her role. She comes in every day and just does her job. She doesn't question anything I challenged her to do. She embraced it and she just did her job. She didn't try to second guess or overcoach or analyze. She just came in and played hard. And I just really appreciated that because I knew every night I was going to get her best job. And it never mattered what the stat line was because I knew she gave the best Kara Daly that night that she could. And that was a pleasure.
Yeah.
Maybe a little days at practice, but
That's great. Hey, Sarah, you obviously being right in between two sisters, have had some different experiences, and you've had a lot of success in your career. What was so special about this year?
I think that kind of like I touched on earlier, just what a special program this Lady J program truly is. And whenever you are surrounded by such great people, such great coaches, such a wonderful community and support staff, I think it's really easy for them to push you, and you just want to do well for them because they're giving you their all, their support, their encouragement, and it just makes you want to give back and play your hardest. And our coaching staff, obviously, super wonderful, super positive, and they're just always encouraging us to do our very best. I think that brought the best out of all of us, just because we wanted to replicate their effort and their heart in our playing. I think that had a lot of tribute to our success just because we wanted to do it for each other and everyone around us. So.
Yeah,
what
I know.
Was your word, Sarah? What was your word? I'm curious.
My word was being present. Just to every day take it one day at a time and work hard and focus. Be where your feet are planted and just work hard at that practice in the time that you're given and hang out whenever you're with the team and then focus on practicing and playing when you're with the team and focus on the game that you're in and just take it day by day and just work hard and improve every single day. So.
Coach K, why don't you go ahead and share about Sarah and just the importance of her role on the team?
Sarah is what I call a glue player. And I know we get wrapped up in points and kids measure their success on the points and stuff that they do. And Sarah's one of those kids that depending on who's double teaming who, she can put like 25 points up in a game. But if they're double teaming her, knowing that, she would end up the night maybe being at 9 or 10 points, but having 10 rebounds and 7 assists. She by far is my best passing post, and she did so unselfishly. She never tried to force the issue of trying to get hers because, she was feeding other teammates to be successful for the team, and truly has a heart. She plays with the heart, and it kind of has a tendency to pull everybody toward her and pull them in to get them all on the same page. And you've got to have those kind of players on the team to do that, or you've got 5 kids on the floor going separate directions. So I just really appreciated her by that. That's something you can't really coach. It's something that's just innate because it comes from here.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that.
Very good.
And
Sarah, do you do that in the Linthicum household too? Do you bring everything together? Are you the glue?
Hey, if you would ask my family, they'd probably question that, but since it's just me in here, I'm going to say yes.
Okay, then you've got the final say, so we'll go with that.
I will say these 3 right here, when Kara mentioned they were at each other's throats, I've got more than one picture and tape of Sarah and Kara like right here in each other's faces, and Hannah and Sarah like chipping at each other, and Kara's watching it going, whoa. And yeah.
Like
Grace
sis,
and Grafton on the other side, on the outer ring of that, kind of going, whoa, what is going on here? So it was all good.
like sisters, right? Absolutely.
Yes.
All right, Jay, go ahead and go on to Grafton.
Hey, Grafton, what's it been like playing basketball with your sister on this team? We touched on that a little bit earlier, but I'm just curious, how's your game different than Grace's, and what did you just enjoy most about being with her?
Yeah, so I think just like in the past, our games differed by Grace is always a riskier player. She would always make those risky passes, but somehow they would always work out. But I think that I feel like that was how our games were kind of different. But she always managed to see the court really well, and I think that definitely helped. When especially this season, when I would come out of the game, she was always encouraging me, like, yeah, you could totally have shot that, or you need to make this pass next time, or anything like that. That was kind of our like dynamic this season, just because she wasn't actually on the court playing with me, but she definitely had my back on the bench, and knew when I was needing that confidence to just shoot the ball or make a different pass or something like that. And yeah, I love playing with Grace. I've always grown up playing with her, and yeah, it's the best thing ever.
That's awesome. Hey, Coach Foster, tell us what was so special about Grafton and her role on the team.
Well, when she went down this summer, it broke my heart. I mean, the ACL injury just breaks my heart for my kids. I mean, we do ACL prevention every day before practice. And I was pleasantly surprised that she got to come back. And she's a kid that every game I would get surprised, because with an ACL, you're limited on your lateral movement. And every game, that little burger, sorry, Graf, she would put down 10 points, or I'd give her someone to guard to run off the line, and the girl never scored. And I mean, it was just like a surprise every single game on what she was able to accomplish despite having that ACL. She had some big nights for us, 25 against Kickapoo in that first game, and she didn't even shoot all the shots that she was supposed to shoot. And just has had some big scores. She scored 7 points in under a minute that one night, home game. And yeah, she's a piece of the puzzle we needed this year, because usually Hannah's been usually our only outside threat for the last 2 or 3 years, and Grafton really took that role and was an outside presence for us. She shot 34, 35% from the 3-point line this year, which is really, really good. And yeah, I can't say enough about Graff. She broke my heart early, but she was able to finish, and I was ecstatic for her to do that.
Yeah, that's great. That's and obviously there's a difference between sisters, but yet similarities. The ACL stuff. But Jay, let's go ahead and find out a little bit from Grace as far as what's a little different about her.
So Grace, I'm really curious. Your word was encourager. I'm kind of wanting to hear, what was your mindset? Every game you want to cheerlead your team, you want to cheer them on. And then I also want to hear, how exciting was it to come back senior night? How amped up were you?
So as far as like encouraging, I think so each person kind of comes off the court a little differently. Like Hannah, I'm gonna call you out. Like Hannah would like come off and she'd be like,
Good.
"Oh my gosh, they're not falling, or something like that." And I'd be like, "They're gonna fall. Like it's gonna be okay." So like each person, needs a little bit of different encouragement. Emery needs jokes. She needs freaking jokes. I don't know what it is, but it's just like if I can get her to laugh, then she's good. Like certain people, I just know, like I kind of learned what they needed. And like at practices during water breaks, like people would come over and just like talk to me and everything. So like I just kind of figured out the best way or I tried to at least figure out the best way to like keep people positive and encourage them and give them confidence, hopefully. But yeah, so that was just kind of like trying to figure out what people needed from me, because I knew that would be the only way like I could really like give my everything to the team. And so, yeah, that was how I kind of figured that out. And then for senior night, I was super excited. I was like ready, because at that point I thought I was going to be back, but obviously that did not happen. But I was really excited to play. I was super thankful that I got to start and everything. And I took 2 shots. They didn't fall, but that was okay. It was still fun and everything. And playing with all of them, it was really it was just really fun. So for those little few minutes that I got, it was a joy.
I kept passing her the ball, and she would pass it back, and I was like, "No, you're shooting it."
Yep.
Oh, and she was going, "I'm not going to shoot it. I'm not going to shoot it."
Well, that's great. I'm glad that you guys pushed her. We all need somebody to push us a little bit, especially when we've been off for a little while. So that's neat that you guys did all that. Hey, Coach, tell us a little bit about Grace, and again, just that role of encourager, and then coming back on the team. Just tell us about what you appreciate about her.
Grace was the second one who broke my heart this year because she tore her ACL, and when you have that injury, you kind of have a choice to make, and you can either choose to look at what you can give the team, or you can be a problem, like be a negative Nancy and be a problem where I've got to talk to you about being a problem, and then you're not with the team anymore. And I have the utmost, deepest respect for her, because she, not for 1 minute, did not embrace the role that she got forced into. And I just have a deep respect for how she handled her business. That's a life lesson, probably one of the biggest life lessons out of anybody up here tonight, on when you get dealt that kind of thing. And because she was stroking the ball outside before she got injured. Every day I was going to someone going, "Whoa, she's kind of shooting the ball really good," and she could have chose not to handle it in the way she handled it. And that's going to carry her a long way in life, because we all know that life isn't easy a lot of days. And the way that she chose to handle that in a positive way, and to learn something from it and be better for it. But not only that, everybody else was better because of her and what she brought. That says a lot about Grace.
Well, you guys, obviously, every single one of you have special qualities, and that's why you had such a great time together. We're having a good time together, and again, it's just flying by. We're going to have to hit our other sponsor, Diesel Power Plus. That's a lot to say right there really quick. We're going to go ahead and do their sponsorship, and then we'll come back for the last segment. You guys are doing great. We're looking forward to this final one.
Big Rig Truckers will have a chance to show off their rig Saturday, April 17th at Diesel Power Plus in California, Missouri. Diesel Power Plus, along with Dynaflex and Horse and Buggy Chrome Shop, invite you out to the Crossroads Shopping Center for the first annual truck show. Starts at 8 a.m. Door prizes all day, an evening meal at 7 o'clock along with a light show. It's the first annual truck meet and show Saturday, April 17th, Diesel Power Plus in California. Everyone welcome. Check them out on Facebook for updated info.
Diesel Power Plus, I'm telling you, this first annual truck show that they're getting ready to do, it's going to be amazing. They've got people coming from all over the place. Jay is wearing the hat right there. That's nice job, Jay. Way to be like on top of it. Thank you. Speaking of on top of it, we had Elijah Mayfield made a comment. He said, "Hey Hannah, you look good. I know her family and brother Hudson miss you." So Elijah, he's a great guy. We're going to be doing an interview with him sometime. He was our manager of the issue this past issue. And so we're going to, actually he was manager of the year in Rod's article. So we're going to hopefully be doing an interview with him as well. But speaking of interview, we're not done here yet. So Jay, let's kick off this last segment. There you go.
Sounds good. Sarah, so you're heading to Mizzou to play ball with your older sister. What's next for you, and what advice would you give your younger sister about the remainder years at JC?
I obviously had a pretty unique experience. I got 2 years, playing and being the younger sister, and then these past 2 years I got to be the older sister. So a lot of people don't get that. So that was a pretty special role, and I'm really excited just to continue where Mike and I left off, just the bond that we have on the court, and we've always been super close. So I'm excited to just expand that at the college level and take that to a new level. For Hannah, I try to remind her constantly as I'm reminding myself. Kind of like what I said, my word was just being present. Looking back, our past 4 years, they really have just flown by. And, I'd do anything to play another game in our Lady J uniform and with these girls. And I just appreciated every moment now that I'm out. And a good reminder, I think, for all of us, and especially for her, since I, am experiencing that now, just really enjoy every moment, embrace everything, even the hard stuff. Because, Lady J's are super special. One of my favorite things I've ever been able to be a part of, and for sure my favorite team. So just a reminder, enjoy it all, even the hard stuff. So
that's great. Hey, I want to just test you guys just to see how, what would we call this, Jay? I don't know, patient or kind, generous. I'm just going to say one word to you guys up there in that upper left screen. Jayhawks.
No, boo. Boo. No.
Okay, just checking. I wanted to make sure. That's all we wanted to know.
Wrong crowd, Dad.
No, it was good. They were honest. We just had to make sure. I mean, they are Mizzou through and through, and also Drake, and also Baylor. Yeah.
I agree with them, but I'm still not going to go against them because we're in the same room. I'm outnumbered.
That's good. All right, let's go on to the next one, Jay.
Sounds good. Kara, softball is your first sport choice. That's what you're going to college for. But how special was it playing with the Lady Jays basketball team, and what are you going to miss the most?
Well, to start out, it was super special. So as you said, softball is my first love, but basketball has always been a close second. So I kind of count it as my fun sport, kind of. But it was just super special because I grew up playing with these girls since middle school, since younger, me and Hannah. So it's just been really special to continue playing basketball with them all the way up through senior year. And something I'm definitely going to miss most is just the friends I've made and the family relationships that we've had and to come up. I'm just going to miss playing the sport, honestly, too. It was really fun. I love basketball, with my whole heart. It was definitely a hard goodbye, but I'm ready to move on.
Well, they're gonna be missing you as well. We can tell that. Hey, real quick, we have a comment from Gracie Flippin, and we know somebody knows her on here. Great interview with these girls and Coach K, and she said thank you. So It's been a wonderful interview, and we're going to keep going here. We've got a few more to do. And again, the time's flying by. So, Jay, I'm going to, again, be quiet. But I did want to point out, I can't be quiet about this. Your mom came on and she said hi. So, there you go.
Love you, mama.
There you go.
Love you, mama. That's my mama.
All right, you go on to the next one.
Grace. Yeah. So, Grace, you are a really good golfer, and you did really well. What are your plans after this year? Obviously, we know you're going to Baylor. And what will you have taken away from this program and your time at playing golf at JC?
I definitely think, well, my plans basically going forward, I'm going to Baylor. I'll probably major in journalism and minor in graphic design. So that's like the upper stuff, whatever. And then basically what I've learned or what I'll take away from these sports, I think first and foremost, the team, like the teammates, I've made pretty much, I can say confidently, lifelong friendships. And so through both of these teams and with soccer, but I definitely think the people I will be missing and, staying in contact with for the rest of my life. But I definitely think, I've learned a lot of mental lessons. Golf is such a mental sport anyway, so that's just been very, mentally draining and everything, but at the same time super fun. So you learn a lot through that. And then also this year, just with the challenges and like the ups and downs of basketball with my injury, but yet being on a successful team, like all of that mentally has definitely been beneficial for me. And I think that that's what I'll take away most.
Well, you are right about golf being mental, especially for those of us who don't play it well. And mental, physical, spiritual, whatever you want to call it, I just need to stay off of it. Oh, slice that would be my word, slice, right there.
There you go. That's what you bring to the course.
That's what I bring to the course. You want slice? I got it.
Hey, sometimes you need it.
Yeah. But not on the other fairway.
Oh.
I'm supposed to be shooting on this one. I need to take lessons is what I need to do. I take them from you guys. So, all right, Jay, let's go on to the next one, Jay.
So, Hannah, you're moving on, and you're going to be playing basketball, college ball at Drake. What are you going to miss about what are you going to miss the most about your time playing basketball at JC and playing with your teammates?
I think the main one is just being around all these girls every day, and kind of like Kara said, Kara and I have played together for a long time, so I'll definitely miss playing with her, and definitely I'll miss being around Coach Foster every day, and it's kind of a little more hard because I'll be a little farther away from home, but I definitely miss being around all of them and then around all of our home crowd and all our fans that supported us since we were little.
So, Hannah, I'm getting everyone's words. I'm kind of curious. What was your word?
My word was consistency.
That's a good word. That would be a good word.
That is a good word.
That would be a good word on the golf course, too.
I kind of chose that word because it's just built off of, I think I can bring a lot to the table, but I think I can do it consistently in every game. So
that's great. Hey, I know somebody else thinks so. Rhonda Jacobs, she made a comment here too. Hannah, I'll miss watching you and me acting crazy, and there was nothing you could do about it because I'm your aunt. Love you, girls.
Love you, Rhonda.
That's awesome. Very good. All right, let's go on to the next one, Jay.
Grafton, you're a really good golfer too. Shocking, just like your sister, since you guys do everything at the same time, including the ACL. What's your favorite memory as a student athlete at JC? And what's your plans, going to Baylor?
Yeah, so my plans going to Baylor, I'm going to major in health sciences, so that's exciting, and just, the normal college student life. I'll probably just do like intramurals and stuff and sorority. So that's exciting. And then what was the other question? My favorite part of being a student athlete. Yes. I just loved all my experiences, particularly going to state, like in golf and in basketball. When we went to when we made that run to state our sophomore year, Grace and I just rode the bench, but it was like the best experience ever. And especially getting to cheer on Hannah, Sarah, and Kara, that was so exciting. That was just such a fun team in general. But and then just my other state experiences with golf, I got to go junior year with just Grace and I, and so that was cool. We had like a coach to ourselves. That was fun. And then this past year, we got to go with one of our junior friends as well, who made it. So that was a great experience. So yeah.
That's great.
And Grafton, I think you're the one I have not asked yet. What was your word?
Yeah, my word was fearless. I kind of chose it because at the beginning of the season, I did not know if I was going to be able to play. I was just like slowly working into practices, and I was like, you know what? If I'm going to do this, I'm just going to go all in and not be afraid every time I step on the court. You know, is my knee going to give out and stuff like that? So I was like, I just got to go 100%. So yeah.
I would give that same word, fearless, to Jay's youngest son that he has right now. He's 5, and that boy will go in head first to whatever. And he comes out, he goes in fearless, but he comes out crying. So I don't understand that. Hey, Coach K, I mean, we've had a great interview with everybody. Thank you so much for getting everybody on here, but we want to hear from you, kind of a final word. You had a pretty competitive edge. I mean, I think all the girls would agree with that, right? Yeah, they're shaking their heads. Yes. Okay. And
Sure.
along with that, do you encourage the girls to have a lot of fun? Why was that so important to you?
You know, I've been a college athlete and I've had a lot of coaches myself. And the ones that I hated playing for were ones that did not provide maybe a total experience that I thought was important. It's a philosophy, you know, in a normal high school program, most of your kids are not going to go to college to play basketball. We just have a very extraordinary team that we have kids that are going to go to that next level. So when you look at what percentages tell you, I think it's real important that you provide a positive environment within the framework of a game that I love and have a passion for. It's a hobby for me because there's a lot of life lessons as far as learning how to function on a team and getting along with people and loving each other. And even if you don't like somebody, you still have to work with them, how to treat people, right from wrong. And there's a way to do that that can be done in a positive environment instead of a negative one. And I've been in both frames, you know, with coaches in both of those. And I've had kids with coaches that have provided different, you know, negative and positive experiences with that. And I just feel very strongly that there is a way that you can do it that makes it as positive as you can and still be competitive. And my faith in God has a lot to do with that, because I don't think there's ever an excuse to treat somebody without any dignity or respect. And I think that goes a long way in shaping that experience. So, you know, I hate to lose, but I think we're going to do it the right way if we do.
Doing it the right way is really good. I've done it the wrong way and the right way. The right way is better. It's more
The
satisfying.
right way is, yeah, you've got to be able to go to sleep at night. And
Oh,
you know, you're in my position, you're not going to be able to please everybody. I mean, if you're pleasing everybody, you're probably not doing your job. But I do know that when I go to sleep at night, that the decisions I've made and the environment I've tried to make for these girls, that I'm going to be able to sleep at night because I have, you know, ultimately one person to account to or one being to account to. As far as experiences, we've done a lot of things this year, haven't we, girls? We started out with our vision night. I don't think I'd ever had one of those before, and set up basically what our vision was for the season. We had the one word activity that we did. I thought we drew on that off and on all year long. We had our accountability piece as far as audience of one. We had district retreat. We sang Christmas caroling. That we had just a lot of different things. And I think when you're planning out a season, you always look at the big picture. We've got one big piece left, girls. We got banquet Thursday night. You guys are going to go out with a bang. I promise you, you're going to go out with a bang. And they're going to go out with a lot of class too, because the parents don't know yet what we've got planned on that piece, on going out and doing it the right way with class. And these 5 kids, I am going to so enjoy being a part of their lives and looking to see where they're at in next year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years when they have babies. So it's going to be fun to watch.
It happens very quickly. It goes
yes.
Just like this program tonight has gone way too quickly. We went over, but that's okay because we had a lot of really good stuff and we just enjoyed having you all. Coach K, when you were talking, and Jay's mom, she made a comment, not just hi to Jay, but she came on and said, "Amen, girl." Coach K, amen. So
thank you.
In agreement. Hey, if you ladies could hold on here right after we're done, we'll visit with you again real quick. But I've got to give Jay the final word. He always has to have that. So we're going to let him do that, and we'll close out the program, and then we'll be right back with you. Thank you so much for being on here tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, Jay.
Man, Dad, here's the unique thing about tonight. I don't just have a final word. I have a final 5 words.
Whoa.
And, well, they gave it to me. And, passion, consistent, encourage, and fearless. And I tell you what, that's how this team played. That's how these girls are. And it was just such an honor to be with them tonight and to interview them. I learned a lot, and I just had a fun time. So shout out these women, these young women. They are awesome. And I'm so grateful that we got to witness this and that this team came together, because it was just an awesome time. That's my take on tonight.
But before you close out, Angie Linthicum popped in real quick and said, "Every one of these ladies are so special. Thank you for this interview. I've enjoyed it a lot." So we did too, but now we've got to stop. We've got to shut this thing down. So you go ahead.
Sounds good. Sports Locker Nation, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Please be sure you hit that like button, comment, share, spread the word on all these awesome young women that we had on tonight. And we want to keep bringing you awesome content every week. So again, hit that like button, share our post, and we really appreciate everyone who watched. This is One Nation and SLM Extra with Kirk DeMars and Jay. Thank you and God bless.
God bless you. We'll see you next week.
Good job, girl.